Wonderful. Are you celebrating St Pirans Day at 9 o'clock tonight? Communities all around Cornwall will be joining the Trelawney Shout, a mass singing of Trelawney led by choirs, shanty groups and bands in nearly 50 pubs. And BBC Radio Cornwall's Duncan Warren's going to be live from 7 o'clock in the Golden Lion in Port Isaac, where Fishermen's Friends will lead the event in aid of the Cornwall Community Foundation. Now, one of the pubs, taking part is the White Horse Inn at Laurence. I've been there several times, where the landlord is Mike Goff. Mike, afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Laurence. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. You still owe me that pint, by the way, last time I came in here.
I know.
Yeah. Please pay your debts. How important is it to the community to celebrate Cornish culture like this, Mike?
Well, I think it's very important for anyone in Cornwall, whether they are actually Cornish, born here, or whether they live here and work here. And it just brings the whole community together and keeps everybody interested in what's going on in Cornwall.
So tell us exactly what's going on to commemorate and celebrate St Pirans Day tonight.
Well, it's all part of a big project called the Trelawney Shout, which has been organised by St Austell Brewery, and it's in aid of the Cornwall Community Foundation. They're actually based here, up here in Launceston, and they raise money, and every penny that they raise stays in Cornwall. They've raised about £5.5 million over 10 years. Amazing, isn't it? It's fantastic. I know that we have a very close links with that organisation. So you're obviously hoping for a good crowd, aren't you, Mike? We're going to have a very good crowd here. We've actually managed to sweet talk the Launceston Male Voice Choir to bring some of their members along. Oh, well done. We've actually got the Tregadillet Songbirds. There's about 20 of them coming along, and we've actually decided to donate something as well. And anybody who comes along and sings, I have made some homemade Cornish pasties, all the ingredients sourced in Cornwall. The beef is from Cornwall. And everyone who sings gets a free pasty tonight. Oh, that's not bad at all. I mean, pub singing, is it a regular thing in your particular boozer, in your establishment? We see it fairly regularly. We're lucky that Launceston Male Voice Choir they do their practice, and then sometimes they come down and have a little rest afterwards, and sometimes break into song. But it's actually about 80 pubs that are doing this now. So from the Isles of Scilly, Bishop and Wolfe on the Isles of Scilly, and actually there is a pub in Soho in London doing it tonight. That's fantastic. I know that it's just brilliant, isn't it? And we're going up to London to get involved in that one, I believe, as well. There is something special. And I suppose some of the people, I mean, being a Devonian just across the border, there is still something that makes you proud, even though you may not be sort of Cornish. Oh, it does. And when a group of people come together and actually start singing a Cornish song, St Austell Brewery are very good at this. It happens quite often. I think James Staunton loves to break into song, but normally after a few pints. Yeah. We weren't going to mention that, but and you know they're. I was going to say a few pints of Betty Stoggs, but that's the other brewery. It's still a very good brewery. But tonight we've got Trelawney, which is obviously St Austell Brewery, and an amazing pint, and it's actually going to be on offer here tonight as well, so that a pound from every pint of Trelawney tonight goes to the community foundation, and that every penny of that stays in Cornwall. So when do you all start then? What time does it kick off at your boozer? Well, most people are getting together here about 8 o'clock, but all the pubs are getting together, and the big en masse singing happens at 9 o'clock tonight. So we will be up and raring to go, and we'll be setting off at 9 o'clock, and as far as I know, Duncan Warren's obviously at the Golden Lion. You've got Spotlight down at the Jubilee, which is the birth and resting place of Jonathan Trelawney. So that's what the song is all about. And it'll be just an amazing night. Doesn't matter if you can sing. It's all about raising money for good causes in Cornwall and ultimately having some fun. And you'll be singing as well, because what you mustn't do is have too many sherbets, because obviously, it will sound worse the longer the evening goes on. It probably will, especially with my voice, being honest. Well, I wasn't going to say that, my friend. Hey, look, Mike, good talking to you. Thank you, Laurence. I hope it goes really well, and don't forget, next time, please sort that pint out for me. Thank you. Next time I'll be ready. Yeah, it's terrible, I get a pint from him for years. It's terrible. Keep the calls coming in, please. 222222. How are you celebrating St Pirans Day?